I want to start by thanking the commissioners and the numerous members of the Department of City Planning team who have put aside the anxieties, the uncertainty of this point in time, and realize that even as we await anxiously the results of our national election, our municipal life goes on and we retain our civic duties. So I thank you for that. And I turn it over to you, Ryan.
Yes, we have welcome to the New York City Planning Commission public meeting for November 4th, 2020. And Madam Secretary, you can begin the meeting.
Good morning. This is the City Planning Commission public meeting held remotely through the NYC Engage portal. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. I will now call the roll. Chair Lago.
Here.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Here.
Commissioner Burney.
Here.
Commissioner Capelli.
Here.
Commissioner Cerullo.
Here.
Commissioner De La Hoz.
Here.
Commissioner Doak.
Here.
Commissioner Edie.
Here.
Commissioner Knight.
Here.
Commissioner Levin.
Here.
Commissioner Marin.
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz.
Here.
Commissioner Ramprashad. Commissioner Ramprashad. Okay, a quorum is present. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the public meeting of Wednesday, October 21st, 2020.
On the minutes, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The minutes are approved.
Scheduling. On calendar numbers 1 and 2, we have resolutions for adoption, scheduling Wednesday, November 18th, 2020 for a remote public hearing to be held through the NYC Engage portal.
On the resolutions, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolutions are adopted.
The next part of the calendar is the report section on page 5. Reports. Borough of Brooklyn. Calendar numbers 3, 4, and 5. 312 Coney Island Avenue rezoning. CD7. Calendar number 3. C200092 ZMK. Calendar number 4. N200093 ZRK. Calendar number 5. C200094 ZSK, and the matter of applications for zoning map and zoning text amendments and a special permit concerning 312 Coney Island Avenue rezoning. For favorable reports on calendar numbers 3, 4, and 5. Chair Lago.
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Burney.
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli.
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo.
Yes.
Commissioner De La Hoz.
I vote yes, and I'm glad that this project will be bringing much needed affordable housing and provide a new home for the church and the school. I vote yes.
Commissioner Doak.
Yes.
Commissioner Edie.
Yes.
Commissioner Knight.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz.
Yes.
Commissioner Ramprashad.
Yes.
Favorable reports have been adopted on calendar numbers 3, 4, and 5. Borough of Brooklyn, calendars numbers 6 and 7. 803 Rockaway Avenue rezoning. CD16. Calendar number 6. C200056 ZMK. Calendar number 7. N200057 ZRK. And the matter of applications for zoning map and zoning text amendments concerning 803 Rockaway Avenue rezoning. For favorable reports on calendars numbers 6 and 7. Chair Lago.
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Burney.
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Use,
Very excited about this new model and I vote yes.
Commissioner Doak,
Yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Rampershad.
Yes.
Favorable reports have been adopted on calendars numbers 6 and 7. Borough of Brooklyn, calendar number 8, Bedford Avenue Overlay Extension, CD1, C200158ZMK, and the matter of an application for a zoning map amendment concerning Bedford Avenue Overlay Extension. For favorable report on calendar number 8, Chair Lago.
Before casting my vote, I just want to thank Commissioners Burney and Rampershad for paying such attention to the quality of the architecture and the actual layout of the units. We very much benefit from your expertise, and I vote yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Burney,
I just want to thank the applicant actually for being responsive to the questions that we raised. And although I'm a little disappointed we didn't get a final rendering, I note in the letter to the commission that they will be using a brick building and working to make the building at least contextual with its surroundings. So I appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing the final design. And I vote yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Use,
Yes.
Commissioner Doak,
Yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Rampershad.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 8. Borough of Brooklyn, calendar number 9, DeKalb Commons, CD3, C200155HAK, and the matter of an application for a UDAP designation, project approval, and disposition of city-owned property concerning DeKalb Commons. For a favorable report on calendar number 9, Chair Lago,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Burney,
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Use,
Yes.
Commissioner Doak,
Yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Rampershad, Commissioner Rampershad. A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 9.
And I'll note that we could see, although we couldn't hear, that Commissioner Rampershad was saying yes, if he could nod to confirm that. Thank you.
Thank you. Borough of Manhattan, calendar number 10, Mansion Restaurant Sidewalk Cafe, CD8, N200078ZRM, and the matter of an application for a zoning text amendment concerning the Mansion Restaurant Sidewalk Cafe. For a favorable report on calendar number 10, Chair Lago,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Burney,
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Use,
Yes.
Commissioner Doak,
Yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
I want to commend the applicant for setting a new standard for demonstrating what an 8-foot clear path looks like. I vote yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Rampershad.
Yes. Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 10. Borough of Queens, calendars numbers 11 and 12, Special Flushing Waterfront District, CD7, Calendar number 11, C2000033ZMQ, calendar number 12, and 2000034ZRQ, and the matter of applications for zoning map and zoning text amendments concerning the Special Flushing Waterfront District. For favorable reports on calendars numbers 11 and 12, Chair Lago.
I'd like to make a few remarks before casting my vote enthusiastically in favor of the Special Flushing Waterfront District. This application is the result of over 2 decades of comprehensive planning efforts along the Flushing waterfront, and it was made possible only by the extensive collaboration among public and private stakeholders, local community groups, elected officials, and residents. I'd like to recognize the hundreds of persons who took the time to participate in the planning process to share their vision of the future for this important area. And I want to further recognize all of the dedicated participants in this public review process for this application who spoke up at or who wrote in amid the unique challenges posed by COVID-19 as we reviewed this application. What started in 1993 as the Downtown Flushing Plan has grown into an application that will create a new walkable district with tailored zoning controls that are responsive to the unique conditions of these 29 acres of vacant and underutilized land. This proposal will assist the city as it recovers and emerges stronger from the pandemic by allowing downtown Flushing to embrace its waterfront and make this natural resource publicly available. The Special Flushing Waterfront District text will enhance Flushing's unique character by establishing regulations that break up long blank walls with transparency requirements to enhance the streetscape. It will encourage appropriately scaled buildings that better relate to the pedestrian experience, and it will pay attention to visual corridors and views of the waterfront. The special district will also streamline the review process by combining waterfront certifications and related site planning, ensuring that future development enhances connections to the waterfront. And on the small portion of the site that is being rezoned, this application will bring an additional 75 to 90 permanently affordable residential units to the Flushing community under the mandatory inclusionary housing program. This application is an important step forward for Flushing. The department thanks the individual development teams for working together to create a cohesive plan that addresses many of the priorities identified by the community. Finally, on a personal note, I thank the extraordinarily talented and dedicated members of the Department of City Planning team who have worked together tirelessly to build a brighter future for this waterfront, for downtown Flushing, and for the city as a whole. And with that, I vote yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Burney,
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Hoz.
What is clear is that this area needs to be remediated and that there's been considerable focus on redeveloping the area by some local stakeholders and DCP over many years. What is also clear is that the proposal falls far short of committing to meet the affordable housing and public school seat needs for the area. 75 to 90 MIH units is laughable considering the size of this project. There are also questions about the EIS analysis and its validity about the true access to the proposed open space. In my view, this proposal could do more to adequately address these legitimate concerns and better meet community needs. And given the extent of the proposed private action leading to such a significant new development of space, the development, in my view, the city council and this community board could benefit from the certificate of no harassment program, and it's something that the city council should follow up on. I also believe that given the very significant concerns we heard about gentrification and displacement and the number of residents that wouldn't truly benefit from this redevelopment, that the de Blasio administration could play a stronger role in trying to address those concerns. With that, I vote no.
Commissioner Doak,
I vote yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
While sharing many of the concerns articulated by Commissioner Delauze, I nonetheless believe that this project on the whole merits support. I vote yes, while hoping that it gets significantly improved as it makes its way through the public vote at the City Council and ultimately redevelopment. I vote yes.
Commissioner Marin,
I concur with the comments made by Commissioner Delauze, and I'm certainly seriously concerned. So my vote is no.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Rampershad,
I also, I want to concur with the statements made by Commissioner Levin, I'm sorry. And I also just want to hope that when it gets to City Council that there's a push for more affordable housing. But overall, I'm supportive of the project, so I vote yes.
favorable reports have been adopted on calendars numbers 11 and 12. Borough of Queens, calendar number 13, 5902 Borden Avenue Self-Storage, CD2, C200031ZSQ, in the matter of an application for the grant of a special permit concerning 5902 Borden Avenue Self-Storage. For a favorable report on calendar number 13, Chair Lago.
I won't repeat, but I will reference the comments that I made at the review session. And again, thank the commissioners for the probing question and thank the department for doing the analysis that should have been done by the applicant and its representatives. And with that, I vote yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
I agree with the chair, a somewhat torturous process, but I think we have gotten to the correct outcome. So I'll vote yes.
Commissioner Burney.
Yes, this has been a difficult one. And I think, while in general, one hates to see self-storage being developed in this particular context rather than other industrial uses, it seems like we have the best of a bad deal in a way, and that some of the concessions, including the agreement to provide some industrial space on the ground floor, as if it had been a sub-1 area, and the fact that it seems much of the self-storage will be used by contractors, and the fact that self-storage could be built as of right, and maybe if it's not built here in other neighborhoods, on balance, I guess this is the deal we should take, and I vote yes.
Commissioner Capelli.
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo.
Yes.
Commissioner Delauze.
We heard testimony from Home Depot representatives that the self-storage use was proposed based totally on a financial decision on their part. We also heard from local manufacturer who was very interested in using the space for a manufacturing use. We heard convincing testimony from local industrial business zone advocates, and also from other advocates questioning whether or not the applicant actually met the special permit findings. I'm not comfortable with this application, and I vote no.
Commissioner Doak.
I'd like to associate myself with the comments of my fellow commissioners, including the comments of Commissioner Delauze, but I vote yes on the project.
Commissioner Edie.
Yes.
Commissioner Knight.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
My thoughts basically align with Commissioner Burney's. This is a leftover piece on a very large site after Home Depot constructs its standard sized store. The question is really, what do you do with leftovers? But it really has to do with the larger site, and the opportunity for realizing industrial job growth on this larger site disappeared when it was acquired for Home Depot's as of right retail use. So the question for us is whether the leftover piece is appropriate for the proposed self-storage facility use. Based on the considerations that are laid out for us in the zoning resolution, and especially as carefully responded to for us by the city planning staff and at Monday's review session and in our report, and as summarized just now by Commissioner Burney, I reluctantly conclude that it is appropriate for a self-storage site, and I vote yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
I have to agree, and I have concerns, as others have mentioned, that, the applicant themselves said that the plan for self-storage was about trying to get the highest yield. And I think we, commissioners, our commitment is not to Home Depot shareholders. We certainly want businesses to succeed, but part of the reason the special permit was passed was because self-storage is a very efficient and highly lucrative use of space. And if manufacturing is forced to compete against that land use, it's going to lose every time. So I think, I understand that they have met the findings. I do, but I do not want this special permit to set a precedent that would open the floodgates to these uses, and therefore I abstain.
Commissioner Ramprashad,
Yeah, this is another tough one, but I concur with the statements made by the chair and Commissioner Burney. And I also want to thank the CPC staff for the follow-up on this project. I know the area well. I was on the fence initially, but I do believe that in this case that it is warranted, so I'm going to vote yes.
a favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 13. Borough of the Bronx, calendars numbers 14 through 17 concerning Delafield Estates. These items have been laid over. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 18, 375 Lighthouse Avenue, CD2, N210084 ZCR, and the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning 375 Lighthouse Avenue for adoption on calendar number 18. Chair Lago,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Burney,
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Hoz,
yes,
Commissioner Duick,
Yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramprashad.
Yes.
Calendar number 18 has been adopted. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 19, Edgegrove Avenue, CD3, N210046 RCR, and the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning Edgegrove Avenue for adoption on calendar number 19. Chair Lago,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Burney,
Yes.
Commissioner Capelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Cerullo, Commissioner Cerullo,
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner De La Hoz,
yes,
Commissioner Duick,
Yes.
Commissioner Edie,
Yes.
Commissioner Knight,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramprashad.
Yes.
Calendar number 19 has been adopted.
Madam Secretary, is there any other business before the commission?
No, Chair Lago.
Okay, this remotely held public meeting is adjourned, and I urge everyone to focus on their state of mind and highly recommend the New York Times election distractor. Thank you for your hands, Commissioner Burney. It says it all. Goodbye, everyone.
Have a great
Bye.
day, everyone.
Take care.
bye.
Take care.
Bye.